What's going on? So, to be honest with you, I'm tired of LeBron James and Michael Jordan. One of those people that can respect your talents and your greatness, but I don't have to hear every nuance about you. Yeah, they both were annoying in different eras. Both were in the commissioner's hierarchy. Both have had subjective situations, and it's sad because this is what they do. They put against one another, and then they got some people thinking that Jordan's going to straighten out the NBA when he comes in the NBC. He ain't going to do nothing. He's going to do what they tell him to do because he is a corporate head, just like LeBron's a corporate head. This type of that is it's not gonna settle nothing. We'll never get to see them play. They play two different positions, two different eras, two different times. They're two of the greatest players ever, but neither one of them is in my one and two slot. Jordan is everything as from a marketing perspective with all along with winning that LeBron will never be. And LeBron's longevity, ability to kind of do what he wanted to do is everything Jordan could never be able to do. So interest and pros and cons involved, but they both been pimped from David Stern to Album Silver. I don't know why people get this, and I'm sure there are people who are tired of both of them because they don't look at them as the end all be all as players, and also tired of the personalities and the ego that's involved. Had to deal with the Jordanism, with the Be Like Mike and the whole thing, and you know, I understand why Isaiah Thomas felt like he did because he did beat him, and there is some truth that he didn't win until cats got old or teams went on. Obviously, with Magic and Bird, there's facts. Not taking anything from his athleticism. However, there is some facts to that he did win in an era where, and he was great. I'm not taking that from him, but he did benefit from an era that, you know, he was an incredible player, but the league was watered down. Two things can be true at the same time. Two things can be true. I don't think I saw better basketball teams than those Celtics and Lakers teams in the 80s. And I know Isaiah Thomas is criminally underrated. And I know that 83 Sixers team is one of the best teams I've seen. So I'm not even dispute that. Everybody has their place and time. That's why it's ridiculous about this GOAT talk because every era has their time. You ain't seen no one be as dominant since Shaquille O'Neal was and the three-piece since Shaq. You've had plenty of candidates, including LeBron. That's another thing, too. Because it's so easy to get to these finals and win. How come you ain't three-peat like what Shaq did? Now, Steph Curry is going to sit there with the same situation as Shaq, but ask yourself, is he as dominant as Shaquille O'Neal? Now, I got him tied with Magic as a point guard. I got no problem with that, and he's one of the 10 greatest players, and he's the last game changer, Steph Curry. But I'm not going to sit here and anoint because if you win another ring that you become top five or that you are, I have to base it on other things. There's a LeBron James argument. How you reward someone that's 4-6 in the finals? Especially when they had teams stacked and everything geared towards. But the megalomaniac and the media thing is what's a turnoff where he's concerned. His longevity is to be applauded, and he's able to still function at rate. However, he's nauseating. He doesn't make his teammates better, and he goes from one all star to another, and he gets rid of coaches and players and teams. He's been trying to manipulate. The West is tougher than the East, I guess, but he just can't seem to turn that magic on. Plus, he's older, and Father Time they caught up with him. So I say get into ownership. Personally, I wish him and Jordan would do business together since they were able to be on the good side of the massa of the NBA commission plantation and make it into something ventureful and do something as opposed to this one up. Because neither one, you come to a point where you want to see others have their shine. And there were others. I have people I associate with who think Magic Johnson is the GOAT and they think Bird's the GOAT. Some still think Dr. J's the GOAT, Wilt, Russell, etc. And that needs to be told too. Not everybody is succumbing because of the not only just what they accomplished with resume, but also the merch. The marketing is what's really pushing Jordan and LeBron in a lot of ways, whether people don't want to admit it. Because that had to do with 50% of Jordan's that mindset of the shoes and everything, the conglomerate. And with LeBron, it caters into about, I say about 25-40% of him. It has to be half too. Yeah, I'd go 50. Because if they can't market you on the plantation, then suddenly you become anointed to being considered greater, even though Bill Russell didn't have none of that. And then people are going to try to talk about, well, again, you have to respect eras. You have to respect eras. There's going to be some kid that comes on 15, 20 years and they're gonna say they were better than them, and they're gonna clown your era. And they're doing it every 10 years now because of the disrespect. Jordan didn't disrespect like LeBron did, but he also did benefit for how they conveniently omitted talking about Dr. J and acted like Magic and Bird were the only things that made the NBA. One of the reasons why the old school cats had issue with Jordan is because they felt like he got anointed and pushed before he had really proved it, paid his dues. Kind of like how some people feel about LeBron. They have a lot certain things in common. They have certain things that definitely the shrewdness of the business and that it's a reality. Because some of the stuff ain't all basketball related. Some of it is just a wink and a nod of how. But it does, there is a tyrant aspect about LeBron James and Michael Jordan that, why has it got to come to this, you know? I mean, really, we don't really ask for that in any other sport. Didn't do it with Brady in Montana, aside from when Brady was winning, or when Mahomes comes along. But we don't sit around doing that sort of thing in other sports. They don't do it in baseball. The Mays, Barry Bonds, maybe Shohei Ohtani. We're gonna see how Ohtani turns out and all that. But they stuck in a time? But why they gotta push this whole thing with the NBA? But it does make people tired of hearing about both of them. I'm sure there are people who are tired of hearing about LeBron James and Michael Jordan, like they're the only two basketball players, and conveniently throw in Kobe, but like it's way more. But this is the disrespect because it's the marketing and it is part of the, dare I say, plantation mindset. That's what they, as great as the players are, it's a plantation mindset to say that those are the ones you got to be like. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like it. That membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.